All right, good afternoon, everyone, from Ao Nang Beach in Krabi. This is probably the fifth best beach in all of Thailand, and I'll tell you why a little bit more as we walk around. Anyway, I had a plan today to make a nice sunset video from this beach, but it has been raining cats and dogs, so hopefully we can actually get in a good sunset before the rain comes. So there's a 70% chance, so we have a 30% chance no rain. So we can always hope. So anyway, let's walk around and let's look at this amazing beach. So as you can see, here's the view I have right now. Sun poking through the clouds a little bit, and then you can see the limestone cliffs all around. The best part about this whole beach is the views. So you have a long chow here, and then you have some more limestone cliffs. Looks like we got a guy here doing some live streaming from the beach. Yeah, he's doing the little heart around the sun. So I should go over there and set up my camera with gimbal. Show him up. He has the whole professional tripod set up and all that. Me, I just got my camera and a little handheld gimbal, which is kind of funny. So as you can see, this beach is fantastic. Now the tide is on its way out. It's probably I don't know, about 3 hours away from being at the absolute low tide. And when it does, this beach gets a lot of these little shells and stuff on it, and especially as you get to the southern part, all the way down there towards the limestone cliffs, you get a lot more of the shells. But other than that, you have this beautiful broad beach, which most of the time it's just like this. And it's got a great sand to it, and it's just absolutely perfect. Now, what makes this the fifth best beach? Probably what makes this the fifth best beach is a couple of things. It has a nice wide open beach, gentle slope, perfect for swimming. The water's great, the sand is great, but what makes it probably in the top 10 is other things, like the view. Every which direction you look, you have these limestone cliffs. That's probably the number one selling point. And then you have back into the jungle there, and then some more of these cliffs, and then over there also. Now, in the ancient days, this was like under the ocean bed, and they had all those little mollusks. And there's actually like a giant mollusk national park that you can go to. So it had those gigantic shells, and over the eons, those shells built up, and they compacted down, and they formed this limestone. And then there was earthquakes that hit this area, and it kind of broke up the seabed, and it pushed some of those little limestone things up and pushed others down. So that's what gives us the spectacular views that you have. That's what I read about this region anyway. And the other thing that makes this great is the little beach road. So it has all the restaurants, it has tons and tons and tons of places to eat. It has Indian food, it has Mexican food, it has Italian food, you have seafood, and of course there's going to be seafood in Thailand. And you just have the fresh seafood, and you have these great restaurants that are overlooking the ocean that you can sit and have some seafood and watch the sunset like we're trying to do. And the other thing, the third factor that probably makes this really great, number 5, is how easy it is to get to. You can fly into Krabi, and Krabi town is, I think, like 17 kilometers or so away from here, and then you can jump in a van or a taxi or something like that to get you over here to Ao Nang. Nobody actually stays hardly in Krabi town. Everybody comes over here to Ao Nang. And then there's a few other beaches. There's Riley Beach, which is on the other side of that big old rock, and Riley Beach is another top 1 or 2 or 3, somewhere in there. So we'll go over there and make a video of that one also. Riley Beach is actually my favorite beach in Thailand. This is one of my other favorites. I really like coming here. So that's the 3 things that makes this a nice beach. Probably top 5. Just the view itself is amazing. And you just get to see all these long tail boats come in. Now they're kind of loud and annoying a little bit, but it's still really cool. I mean, that's cool to see that, you know, the front of the boat with like the flag flying and just ripping around. I guess they call that the mast or whatever. Mast or keel, I don't know. I'm not a Navy guy. I don't even play one on TV. All right, so we have the little monument for the sailfish, which is like a really popular sport fishing around here. Now, as far as activities to do, there are tons and tons of them. You can swim, you can go out on boats, you can do some paddleboarding, snorkeling and scuba. And then the other thing is mountain climbing. If you're a mountain climber type guy or person, you can go over to those cliffs over Riley Beach and you can do some climbing. There's a lot of little touristy places that advertise, you know, like rock climbing guides and all of that. She's doing some southern dancing. They went and built this little statue. Welcome to Ao Nang. And the sun's slowly going down. Still up a bit. So I've been to this beach, I don't know, a dozen times or so, maybe more. It's one of my favorite. I bring all my family over here. I bring anybody that comes to Thailand and they want to see, you know, a beautiful beach, I bring them to here. So definitely worth your time. I would recommend it to anybody. The sand is spectacular. The weather is pretty good. Now it does rain, like it does, like right now today it rained. If you come here probably like I don't know, like November to April or so, generally you'll get pretty good weather, but it always varies. You never know. It's the tropics. The rain's what keeps all these trees green. So you know, into everybody's life a little rain must fall. So if it rains, bring an umbrella. And a bad day on the beach is better than a good day at work. So so anyway, yeah, I would say come here. This is spectacular. And if anybody's been here, you can tell me in the comments down below and tell me what you think. See if you agree with me on this being like top 5 beaches in all of Thailand. I know it's everybody's personal opinion varies, but you know, to me that's kind of what is like the highlights. Now this is pretty busy for what most of the beaches have been like in the last 2 years. The last time I came down here was December of 2019, and it was just right before 2 weeks to slow the spread, you know, 2.5 years later. But anyway, it was the absolute height of tourism in Thailand, and this place was just jam-packed. And I came down here with my brother and sister-in-law, and you know, we all enjoyed it, but it was so crowded compared to now. And then right after the first lockdown, these places have been a ghost town. So Krabi is recovering. I mean, there's quite a few of the restaurants and massage parlors and pubs and tour guides and all of that that's opening up, you know, but you still see signs of the issues. Like the one night market that we went to is completely closed up. You see 7-Elevens closed up, which are amazing. And you see a lot of these restaurants and tourist places that are just gutted. They took everything of value whenever they were closed. In Thailand, it's when you rent something, you rent the 4 walls and everything in between it is yours. You're responsible for fixing anything. So when they left, they took copper wiring, they took any appliances, they took everything. So, you know, anything of value. But, you know, you see a lot of those that are gutted. But on a whole, probably like 70% of most stuff is open back up on the main road itself. When you go a little further north or more inland, you see probably, you know, 40-50% that are open back up. And most of the hotels are starting to come back in, which is a good thing. These people need jobs, same as everybody. See, everybody's coming out to enjoy the sunset. Now this beach is quite long. I don't know how long it is, like 3-4 kilometers long. And then there's a couple little beaches around. You see those green trees all the way at the end? That actually, you can climb some stairs and go over that to another beach. And then if you want to go to Riley Beach, which is around, you have to rent one of these long cows. And that will take you around that little, that big rock out there. And in the beach, you have Riley and Riley Noi over there. And Riley has like east and west. There's a bunch of beaches around there. Okay, so right here, this is Soi Ao Nang 17. And that goes right along the beach. And there's quite a few little restaurants and all of that. And massage places. And what this is basically like the main point of the little town here. So they have, this is where you can buy the ferry tickets. You can buy ferry tickets from right here that takes you over to Riley Beach. And then they have tourist information places. And down the way here, going to the north, it's a whole ring of restaurants and all that. And most of the resorts are further to the north. And then there's another beach that way. And then if you go straight inland, there's like the Central Mosque for the area is over there. More restaurants, more resorts. And it's kind of like shaped like an L, the main road here in Ao Nang. And you can't miss it. You just drive on the road till you run into the ocean, and that's the main center of the town. And that's where you catch the long cows. And you get on these right here. So you take these long cows out, and that will take you right over to Riley. And we still probably have another, I don't know, another kilometer of beach here or so. It's just sprawling and massive. It's just absolutely perfect. And we're getting pretty close down to the end of the beach. Now there is a like a wooden stairwell that goes over that little group of trees there, and you can go up there and there's monkeys and all of that. I don't think I'm gonna go down there tonight. Just came mainly to see the sunset and walk around this beach a little bit. So the sun's slowly getting down. Still quite a bit to wait, so we'll keep an eye on it. You can see over at this part of the beach, as the tide goes out, it's getting quite rocky with all these little shells. So it's not the nice smooth sand. And when it gets way down, and it's like walking on broken glass. So this beach is much more enjoyable whenever the tide is up at least halfway or so. All right, guys, that finishes up our little video here on this amazing beach of Ao Nang. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, make sure you click like and subscribe and share it with your friends. And let me know if you've been here. Leave me a comment down below. If you want me to see something different, tell me in a comment also. If I said something wrong, tell me in a comment also. Sometimes I misspeak. I'm just walking around looking and I forget what I'm saying. So anyway, guys, make sure you leave me a comment, subscribe, share, all of that stuff. And until next time, guys, life is a journey. Enjoy. We're going to watch the sunset, and I'll put that at the end of the video.